Right, good afternoon. Just wait for a few of you to come in. I've blocked out the sun and it's still shining through my window. I might have to move the board again, but I've got to put it up too high. So that's not going to work, but we'll be down on the desk in a minute. So that'll be fine. That will be fine. Hello, Jane. So we've got a few of you starting to come in now. Ooh. So we're live here and we're also live over on Pink Frog. And if you did miss the live, hello Christine, you can watch it over on Pink Frog YouTube. It will be there as well. So you can always grab it on there. I'm just bringing in the other page. No, it's not playing ball today. So we'll stick with what I know. So, hi Susan, hope you're feeling better after your operation, or went well, which is good. I'll just move that across there. You can see my little holder here. I've been having a tidy up in my craft room this week. Big tidy up, still not completely tidy, but a bit of organisation. Of course, you come to go live and I can't find half the things I want, but that doesn't matter. That will be fine. That will be fine. Let me see if I'm picking up any comments here. Kimberly is on the keyboard, so if there's any questions while I get going, please do just type it in and Kimberly will be able to answer. Hi Caroline, nice that you're joining in from Pink Frog HQ, and we've got Jules on here. Susan, you're getting there. I'm so pleased to hear that. At least you can still craft. That's the main thing. That's the good thing about it. You can recuperate and craft, which would be fabulous. So I think without further ado, we will make a start. So a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already signed up, so Jules is off to the gym. Okay, have a lovely time at the gym. I know where I'd rather be, and she's going to watch later, but remember you can watch later on YouTube or Facebook here as well, no problem at all. So many of you have signed up to the Pink Frog newsletter, which is fabulous. So you know each month you get a special code for you to use, and it gives you 10% off anything off the website totally. So Sue's saying crafting's her sanity. I totally agree. It's good to have a hobby, definitely. So Kimberly's put the links up there for the shop. We've got 4 bog-offs from Pink Frog that are available. So you've got the A4 watercolour card, which is a staple really. A lot of us love the watercolour card, you know, for many reasons. So the watercolour card is 280 GSM. You get 10 sheets for £4. That's working out at 40p a sheet. However, you can use your 10% discount code on that as well and get it down even cheaper. Also on a bog off, we have the ice gold paper. Now this is 120 GSM. This is lovely for your inserts or if you're wanting to make envelopes. And again, you're going to get 20 sheets of this for £4, and this is going to work out at 20p a sheet. So Mrs. Pink Frog's in from HQ, and she's saying it's nice to be inside away from all the nasty weather. Well, at my craft room window, it's beautiful and sunny, but it's just blowing a hoolie. So, and I've got a big board up against the window to stop the sunlight shining in, so at least we haven't got rain yet. Another bog off we've got is the A4 Rainbow Fire mirror card, and this is 320 GSM, and this is £4, and this works out at 80p a sheet before your extra discount. And the last thing you've got, well actually no, there's 2 more. Normally there's 4, but this week you've got 5, so you need to take advantage. They've gone mad. So another one we've got is A4 gold rainbow mirror, 300 GSM. You get 5 sheets of that for £4, and that works out at 80p a sheet before your discount. See, there's a song coming along here, isn't there? Now today I am going to be using, and you've probably seen it on social media, I am going to be using the 10.5 centimetre by 30 centimetre True White. So when we talk about True card from Pink Frog, we're talking about acid and lignin free. So this is fabulous for your memory books, card making, anything you like, but because it's acid and lignin free, you know you can use it to put your photographs and your memorabilia in, and that's what we're going to be doing this afternoon. Now this is also on a bog off, which is a buy one get one free. It's 280 GSM. You're going to get 40 sheets for £7.50. So that works out at 19 pence a sheet. And I'm going to show you a couple of little mini albums. So it's going to work out pence to make a beautiful mini album. Okay, so that's on a bog off as well. And we've also got scrapbook papers today as well. 12 by 12 scrapbook papers. You've got 50 sheets, 25 designs. You get 2 of each. And they're £10, and that works out at 20 pence a sheet. So really good there too. Kimberly is correct as well with the bog offs as well. If you check them out when you go through to the website, you do have the option of picking more sheets for your packs. Now, if you pick more sheets for your packs, you still get a bog off. So it's a fantastic deal. So what I'm telling you per sheet is even better because the price comes down. So take advantage while you can. So I'm looking at the 10.5 by 30. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down because we're going to take a look. We're going to hopefully make 2 little mini albums this afternoon. All right, I know the wording's back to front. So I'm going to get you on my little overhead so we can start crafting. So without further ado, let me just whiz the camera around. See, my desk is a lot tidier than it was last week. So I've had time to be able to tidy my desk, which has been fab. And I'm thinking this is too high now. I always do a test beforehand. I've got a special group. And I do a test beforehand and it was fine. But that's good because I need you to see big area. Because we need to get the big scoreboard out. So anyway, so that should come down. I'm just waiting for my iPad to catch up. And it hasn't yet. So let's bring it down a little bit more. There we go. That's going to probably be too much, but we'll see how it goes. So many of you may have seen that if you go, even now, you can go to the Pink Frog website, and if you go to my craft along with Dawn with today's date, you'll see a little form you can fill in, and you can download all the instructions for the cutting and scoring for today's albums. So these are the 2 we are going to make. So you can download the instructions and I've worked everything out for you. Okay, so let me show you the first one. This is the little matchbook mini. So this is all made with the 10.5 by 30 inch true white card, and I've used the scrapbooking papers on here as well. So this is a super cute little matchbook mini. Okay, perfect size, you know, so you're going to have the overall size is going to be 10.5 by 15.5, which in old money is roughly 6x4. Okay, just over 6x4 in size. So it's a nice good size if you're wanting to post anything off. And the good thing about this one is you can house, where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, just cut short 6x4 photographs. So that's your matchbook mini. The other mini we're going to make out of the 10.5 by 30 true white is this little wallet mini. So this is a super cute mini. This is just, I just think this is gorgeous. So perfect to make with the, you know, if you've got Easter holidays with the kids as well, these are brilliant to make. So they're going to be 10.5 by 10.5. So approximately 4x4. Okay. And this is going to open up and we're going to open it out. And you're going to open it out again. You've got a little pocket to put a little photo mat in or tags. And then you're going to open it out again. And you've got another little pocket that you can open out for photo mats or tags. Okay, so that is another super cute little mini. So I think what we'll do is let's start with this little cute one, shall we? We'll start with the mini wallet one. So for this one, you're going to need 4 of your card blanks. So let's take these out. So we need 1, 2, 3 and 4. There we go. Let's take those out. So let's make a start on this. So scoreboards at the ready. Now the instruction sheet I've done for you, I've done in centimetres and also inches. So it doesn't matter. You can choose which way round you want to do it. So if I share with you, that's a centimetres one. And this one is an inches one. So when you look, they're both more or less identical. Okay. So obviously the card size is the same, no trimming there. You've just got a little bit of trimming to make photo mats. So as perfect for little brag books. And these are just nice to give as little gifts. So these are going to be brilliant to make this weekend. So inches, centimetres, you choose what you're going to work with. I'm going to work with centimetres this afternoon because you know at Pink Frog we love to make things in centimetres. They would make perfect gifts, Kimberly. So we're going to start with the cover. So for the cover, you're not doing any cutting and you're going to score this at 10.5 centimetres and 11 centimetres and 21.5 and 22. I'm going to shine my light. That's it. It's because I've got the board up. So they're your score lines. That's the cover. Now you need 2 pieces then to make your pages. Now we need to bring our trimmer in just to trim this down to size a little bit. So you need 2 pages, still 10.5 centimetres, but you're going to cut them down to 26 centimetres. Okay. And as I say, you can download the instructions. They're there for you. So it's all there. So I probably will stop reeling off instructions shortly. And I've given you all the instructions as well for the mats and layers for the pattern paper as well. So actually, while I've got my trimmer out, with the last piece, because this is all you're using this for, I'm going to trim myself. And I could have done this out of scraps. So I'm going to cut myself 2 photo mats that are 8 by 8. There we go. That looks a little bit small. I think that is a little bit small, but never mind, we'll go with it. If I have to adjust it, I can. I think I need a new blade in my trimmer, but that will be fine. So that is all the cutting that we need on there. So then these 2 pages, you're going to pop in your scoreboard. And again, we're looking at the long side here. And you're going to score at 10.5. No, you're not. Yes, you are. 10.5 and 21. So 2 of those. There we go. So that's that. So let's put the scoreboard out the way. You know what I'm going to tell you to do now. Oh yes, we've got to have some burnishing to burnish all those scores to have them nice and firm. Okay. Okay, that one looks wrong. Why does that one look wrong? I think I've done a score line wrong now. Let me double check. Yes, I have done a score line wrong. I thought I had, so I'm going to do another one. Good job. I've got lots of card. So I've done one of my pages wrong. So I'm going to just redo that again. No problem. So let's just take that out. These trimmers are available on the Pink Frog website as well, because I know we had a lady the other week that got one and was wondering how the arm came out, but not a problem. So let's do that one again. So we are scoring on the long side at 10.5 and 21. That should be better now. There we go. So who loves to make little mini books and things like this? I mean, I know I love to, but this is the sort of thing as well. If you have a craft stall or you make to sell for charity as well, these are brilliant to put on your stall, because we've used, what we've used, 4 sheets of 10.5 by 30. So it's 19p a sheet. So that works out, where are we, 38 and 38 is 76 pence. And then you've just got your pattern paper to put on the top as well. So no problem whatsoever. So this is going to be our cover. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to take my corner rounder. And I'm just going to corner rounder the small piece. I'll lay it out on the desk so you can see. So you've got your 2 larger panels with the 2 gussets, and then you've got this smaller piece just here. So I've just done a corner rounder on there. I'm then going to take this, and this looks terribly cut. I need to put a new blade in there, definitely. That'll be all right. Take my glue. So now these wallets, I've made this in this size to make a little super cute one. But you could make these any size you want. You'd have to work the measurements out, obviously. But this is the sort of thing you can do to any size you want. Now what I'm doing now is I'm putting this between the 2 channels of the gusset lines that we've created. And when that's stuck down, give that a nice little burnish, and then we're going to stick this one down. Okay, so these are good to give as little gifts to make and sell on your little craft stalls. You know, if you're someone that runs things like brownies or guides, this would be perfect for them to make as well, because they're not too hard to do. So, you know, really good to do. So that is basically our little wallet. That's as quick as that's taken to make. So decoration wise. Now, obviously we want to have this all folded up and you want to have it shut. You've got 2 options. We can go in with some magnets, and I know all my ladies that come to the retreats will be laughing and saying, oh no, not magnets. Or you can go in with ribbon. Okay, now if you're going to attach ribbon, I've got one here in blue I'm just going to share with you. If you're going to attach ribbon, you're going to open your project out, flip it onto its back side. This is the outside cover here, and you would attach your ribbon to that back piece there. So if I get my pencil, so ribbon would go there. Okay, now if you wanted to attach magnets, you're going to put a magnet there and a magnet there. Okay, so you've got 2 options. You can go magnets or you can go ribbon. The choice is yours. Okay, so what should we do? Should we do ribbon this time? I've done one with magnets here. So should we do, I love that sound. Doesn't it sound lovely? Should we do ribbon or should we do magnets? I think let's do ribbon on this one. So we're going to attach the ribbon. So what I'm going to do is put some red line tape just along the middle, not too far down, because we're obviously going to be adding our pattern paper over the top. Always burnish your red line tape, because you're pushing the glue from the tape into the fibres of the paper, and it makes it easier to release. So I've just got some ribbon here. So what you need to do with your ribbon, it's going to attach there, and then you're going to tie a bow. So I think roughly that'll do it. Just doing a guesstimation. So guesstimation measurements, I'm looking at roughly about 24 inches, but it's probably more than enough. Okay, so we'll peel that off the back, see how quickly that comes away. Take the centerpiece of your ribbon and attach that on there. And that's as easy as that is. So whether it's ribbon or magnets, you got a choice. Now, pattern papers, I'm using today the scrapbooking papers from Pink Frog. So these come in a pack of 50, and you get 25 designs, 2 of each. I think Claire was using them the other day and flicked through. Obviously what's inside them will vary. Okay, so you won't all get the same as what I've got, or different ones to what Claire's got. They're just a mixture. I mean, at this price, scrapbooking paper, Studio Light, you'll pay a lot more than £10 for 50 sheets. So just to let you know that. So I've gone ahead and cut mine up already, because I wanted to save time so we can get through 2 projects. So the first thing I'm going to do is open out the back of the wallet, so we can start decorating the back piece here. And I'm just going to go on with my EVA, because True White is acid and lignin free. You know, it's perfect for your scrapbooking. The EVA glue is acid and lignin free, so again, perfect for your scrapbooking or memory book making, because let's face it, that is what this is all about. Okay, so you know that everything you've got is going to keep those photographs and everything just fine. And then I've got my top piece up here as well. Okay. But all those measurements, whether you've chosen to do inches or centimetres, are all on your sheet. Okay. So I've given all those to you. So if you go to Pink Frog, you just leave some details and you'll be emailed, or you can just download the instructions that I've given you here. Okay. That's that. And we've got our top piece just here. Now, one thing I did spot, before I do the pockets, I'm just going to flip this over on its back for you without knocking the camera. I noticed I'd only put 2 of these down. So on your instructions here, where I have put cut 2 at 9.5 centimetres by 9.5, you need to make that 4. So apologies for that. That was because I was doing it in a rush, because you need 2 for these back pieces just here. Now, you could say, well, why not just cut up photographs and stick photographs directly on here as well? And you can quite easily do that. No problem at all. So you could do that. But I just think it's nice to have the paper with your pattern papers, so if you're giving it as a gift. And you know, in our word stamps as well, we've got the lovely camera stamp you can use. All right, so you can use that so people know where to put their photographs. So we've got that as well. Now this is the pocket area. Now rather than put pattern paper down, I'm going to just do, I've given you the measurements again. They're all there for you. You've got a measurement for the top part of the pocket, because there's no point in putting pattern paper down here, because let's face it, you're not seeing it, are you? And then I'm going to put some little bit of paper glue on there. I could have used red liner tape, but I'm just going for speed here at the moment, because we want to try and get both these made this afternoon. And then I've done a little strip for there as well. So you can see how that cardstock just frames it, doesn't it? It just makes the paper pop totally. So, which is fabulous. So, down on here. And then we'll glue that down. If there's any questions at all about anything, Kimberly is on hand to help. Had a nice little chat with her earlier, which is good. And I know everybody at Pink Frog will be tuning in as well. So it's just nice to do something different with your cardstock, isn't it? You know, we all love making cards, but it is nice to have different things to do. So that is our book done. And then we made the little photo mats. Now I've made these and they're the too big. This is the ones I just cut up. So these are your little photo mats. These can go in here. Okay. And I've even given you the size of the pattern paper to put on top of those. But I'm going to speed along because I'm looking at the clock and I want to get the other one made. So basically these will go in your pocket. Okay. And you can decorate those up. And then it all folds up, but you can then add the word stamps to it. If I get time at the end, we will do that as well. But I'm just conscious of the time and want to make the other one with you. So there you go, straight away, one little mini book. So that's shown you with the ribbon attachment. And then if you look at this one, this has got a nice bit of magnets. So this I just made with scraps I had left from another project. And again, rather than photo mats, I put little cutter parts in here. So have a look through your craft stash and see what you've got. But super cute little minis to make and gift. So that's the first one. So now shall we have a look at, let me put my lid on my glue before we go any further. We will have a look at the matchbook mini. So let's look at this lovely little matchbook mini. So again, this is perfect. You don't need any closure on this one, which is good. So for this one, I am going to need, I think it's 4 and a bit sheets. So let me bring in my cardstock. So let's take out 4, because the only little bit I need is for the hinge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we worked out 4 sheets of this card. If you bought the smaller amount, if you buy bigger packs, it works out even cheaper. Plus, if you use your discount by signing up to the newsletter as well, even better. So there we go. So scoreboards. So we're going straight into it this time. So we're going to do centimetres, but as I said on your instructions, so the instructions that you can print off here from Pink Frog, you've got both projects in inches and in centimetres and with the pattern paper as well. So for the cover for this one, we are going to do, now this is where this scoreboard doesn't work for me for 15.5. I'm going to bring out my, let's bring out this one. I'm going to bring out, this is my, this is the Crafter's Companion one. Now these are available on the Pink Frog website, just to let you know as well. So where was we? I'm going to do 15.5. It's just my other one. 15.5. There's too many measurements in there. So 15.5 and 16. Okay, so you've got 2 score lines there. And then you're going to need 3, the last 3. These are your pages. So for the pages, you're going to score on the long side. Oh, why have I put? Oh, yes, I know why. So we're going to do 13.5, and you're going to do 15, and you're going to do 16.5, and all become clear, because I'm also going to be using my red line tape that is 12mm. So if you've got your red line tape that is 12mm, brilliant. Okay, because you're going to be using that as well. So all 3 measurements on this are the same. And then we need a little hinge piece, so I can use the scrap I had left from the last one. I know I need a new blade and a trimmer, but that'll be fine. So I need a little hinge piece that is 5 centimetres, still going by the height of the card, so very minimal cutting. Okay, and we need to do a little bit of scoring on that as well. So my end piece, or my hinge piece, that needs to be scored out. I'm looking at my centimetres and my inches, and we're going in at 2.5 and 3. Is that right? Yes, that looks about right. Okay, and yes, we are going to start burnishing. So burnish all those pieces nice and flat. So we've got our 3 pages here. Now with the pages, you're probably thinking, okay, why are you doing it like this? So this just makes it easier when you're turning the pages as we go. Okay, that is why I have done them as I have, and it will all become clear as you make your own. You will see exactly why I've done it. So if anybody's got any questions, please ask away, and Kimberly's there on hand to help. So as I say, I'm using my 12mm red line tape today. So the red line tape from Pink Frog, you get normally on a red line tape you'll get about 5 meters, but on ours you can see how thick this is, and this has been used, you'll get 30 meters, and that is the equivalent of, I think it works out of 5 or 6 of the normal rolls of red line tape. And the good thing about it is as well, it's good quality straight away. What else can I say? It is brilliant quality. It comes in 12mm, it comes in 9mm, it comes in 6mm, and it comes in 3mm. So you've got all the different sizes that you are going to need. All right, so this is my cover. I'm going to pop that to one side for a minute. We're going to concentrate on these pages. So I'm going to take my red line, and I'm just going to pop. Now I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going not on the score line. Where's my little scissors? I keep these like this because they've got a ribbon on them, then I know they're for red line tape. Can you see I haven't gone over that score line? Okay, so, and always what we do when we're doing red line tape is we have a little burnish, and you're going to do this on all 3 of your pages. So I'm only putting red line tape on one piece. Okay. Now, I can't remember when the bog off deals are finishing. I've got a sneaking suspicion. Kimberly will correct me. Is it after Easter, Kimberly? So take advantage. You know, if it's the school holidays and you want something to do with the children or the grandchildren, these are great little projects for that, because there's not a lot of cutting involved. They can make their own little books as well, so they'll feel really special, which I think is good. So I just think it's just brilliant. So we've done that on 3 pages. So now we're going to close our 3 pages. So we take our red line tape off, fold your page shut, and give that a burnish. That's your first one done. Then we're going to do the same on the next one. Take that off, fold that over, give that a little burnish, pop that to one side. Then take the next one, fold that over, give that a little burnish, and we're done. So that's our 3 pages. Now I'm going to get you to add some more tape. You could use glue if you wish. Personally, I think you do it with tape. You can get on with it if you like. So put the tape on there. We're only putting this on one side at the moment. So 1, 2. Although you should hear the wind through my window. The sun is still shining, but it is very windy. But at least the sun is shining, which is good. So other things I need to tell you about, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. Okay, because after we've done the lives, you know, with Facebook now, they take them down. So Kim at Pink Frog, she uploads them to the YouTube channel, Pink Frog YouTube channel. And if you go to the Pink Frog website, you will also find, if you go to the Craft Alongs with Claire and me, Dawn, you will also find under each date the YouTube video along with the products that we've used. So you can always go back and watch at any time and refer to it. Offers may change, but just beware. Okay. Right. I'm laughing at Kimberly. So we've got our main cover. I shouldn't laugh, should I? I'm laughing at her. I shouldn't laugh, bless her. Right, so we've got our main cover. Now you will notice with your main cover, you've got your gusset. Okay, just here. Let me move those out of the way so you can see. So you've got your gusset just here. Now you'll notice the top piece is shorter than the bottom piece. That's absolutely fine, because what we're going to do is we're going to open this up and we're going to attach our pages here. All right, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, let me just double check myself. I'm double checking myself just in case. Just in case. Yeah, yes, we're attaching ourselves here. So gusset, short side, long side. We're going to attach on here. Told you I had to check myself. So take your red line tape off. Now, the nice thing about this is you can line this up quite easy. Now, taking red line tape off. Now, you know with red line tape, once it's down, it's down. If you just hold it level, you can feel at the sides that it's level, and you can see here right at the top that it's level as well. So just hold it in your hand. You can feel there and there. Press that down and give that a burnish. You're going to do the same with the next one. So take the tape off. Have it lined up in your hand. So I can feel that side. I can feel that side. I can see the top and feel it. Press it down. So I said it's child's play. Brilliant for kids, these. and then take the next one off. You're going to hold it onto there and there. Make sure it's all lined up. Press down firmly and burnish. And there you go. So we've got the start of the book. So as we open the pages, this is why you want this little piece here. So you can fold out these pages. Okay, so we can get as many photographs as we can on here. You've got your little piece at the end. This is the piece that is going to be, I've called it a hinge, but basically this is going to be the slide under for your element. So I've got my piece, and I'm just checking here on my measurements because I've done it at, where's my ruler? It's because I worked it out in centimetres and inches. What did I say I should have scored it at? 2. So I'm double checking myself. I shouldn't double check myself. 2.5 and 3. I had done it wrong. I thought I had. So let me cut that piece again. I thought it looked wonky. So 5 centimetres. I did 2 and 2.5, and it should have been 2.5 and 3. But that's fine. That's fine. So I'll just bring that back in. So that should be 2.5 and 3. Otherwise, my pattern papers aren't going to fit. And that would be a disaster because I've cut them ready to go. So let's just burnish those. So this is going to be the little closure, because it's called a matchbook. You know, like when you used to have matchbooks. So this is going to attach to here, and then this flaps open like that. So I'm going to stick the back one on here, and I'm going to use my glue for that. Now you can choose to stick it on after you've decorated. You can choose to stick it on first if you wish. The choice is yours. So we've got the short end here. So this is, I've called it a hinge because basically you've got the spine here with all your pages. All right, they're all there. Now, because I don't want to muck up with the glue and let it spurt out anyway, I'm going back in with my red line tape because we've got our score line, and I'm just going to put a strip of red line tape on the page. You're not actually gluing where the hinge goes. Okay, that's what you've got to remember. So give that a good burnish down. Spread those fibres of the glue in there. Okay, peel that off. So I've got no glue on the actual gusset piece, but you're just going to fold it over so it's square. So it's going to stick onto that end, but this part is still open. So when you close your book, it all sits nicely. So it doesn't matter if you do inches, it doesn't matter if you do centimetres, it all works. So let me bring in my pattern papers for this one. So look at these. I've already gone ahead and cut and inked them. That's the word I wanted, ink them. So let's start sticking these on. So on the back here, I've cut the paper to go all the way across. Okay, on this one, I stuck it down and then I stuck my little hinge afterwards. So this is what I mean. You've got 2 ways you can do this. You can do it either you stick it down first and stick the other one on the top, or this time I'm going to do it the other way. So you've got a choice. So actually this time I'm not going to need 2 of the little hinge pieces, I only need 1. So you're saving even more paper. So we'll just stick that onto there. Is that the longer one? No, that's the shorter one, Dawn. That's the wrong one. It's this one I need onto there. You're going to have so much fun making these. So much fun. This is the sort of thing I would cut out and score and sit with my laptop tray in front of the telly and do. So that one's going to go on there. And then this other one, if we open this up, can go in here. And I'm sure that's where it fits. Yes, it does. Anybody think I'd worked all that out, or had I? No, I need to take a little piece off that. I need to take a piece off that. I'll do that in a minute. So then I've corner rounded here. Now this is where you could corner round it if you want to. Should we do that? Let's do that quickly. So we can corner round these to go on there. You could corner round your pages. You could add some die cut elements. You know, this is where you're going to have so much fun decorating these. I'm showing you in super duper quick time, but you can have so much fun just decorating them. You know, using your beautiful scrapbook papers that you've got. If they're acid and lignin free, your white, true white 10.5 by 30 is acid and lignin free as well. So don't forget that. So you know everything is nice and safe. See, I've got one of these strips. I've inked all my edges. So that can go on the top here as well as a little decoration. You know, if you want to do little strips to go down the edge, you can. Feel free. And then look, I've just added or cut myself all the little pages to go in. Now, I'm not going to stick them all in because you're going to get bored, but I'm going to stick a few in just to show you. So they go in there. So we'll stick a couple more. So we'll just open that up a minute. Let's have a different, let's have this pattern. But you can mix and match, and because you've got 50 sheets, 25 designs in that other one. You know, if you're making to sell for charity, those scrapbook papers work out at 20 pence a sheet. So 20 pence a sheet to make and sell for charity, you're going to make them in no time at all for pence. I mean, we've worked it out. The book comes in at, the main book comes in at, did I work it out at 78 pence? Someone remind me, did I work it out at 78 pence? I think you're going to love making these, Caroline. And you're just going to keep going through. I've got all my pages here. You're going to keep going through. Let's add 2 more. Should we add a couple more? Let's add 2 more quickly. But you're going to keep adding your pages. I mean, realistically, I've worked all the measurements out for you. So basically, just cut and make. I'm managing to put 2 together this afternoon. I know I've cut my pattern papers ahead of time. And like with anything, you know, I tell all my ladies that come to classes and retreats, picking the papers is the bit that takes the longest, I'm afraid. Always takes the longest because you can never decide what papers you're going to use. So that is the bit that's going to take the longest. So I will stick the rest of my papers in after, because I'm not going to bore you with that. But that is your matchbook mini. So it tucks under there. Okay. So perfect. You can make them in any design you want. The choice is yours just by changing the paper up. They just make great little gifts. Now, we talked about the word stamps. Let me just touch on that quickly. If I bring this one in here, because can you see I've added the lovely word stamps. Now, you know at Pink Frogs that we do the 5 different types of word stamps. Let me bring mine out. We've got Remember When. We've got Memories and Moments. We've got Family and Friends. We've got Life on Camera. And we've got Time to Travel. So you've got all those lovely word stamps there, and you know they mix and match absolutely perfectly. Let's just grab one here because we've got this one that's got the lovely camera on it. Okay, so let's just take this selfie one again. Let's take that. just to stamp on here to show you how nicely they stamp. They come in an array, each set. You can mix and match the words on each set. This is why we didn't put the words all together. So we've got some that are bigger, and they've got that lovely grading going on, as you can see here. Okay. So you could colour if you wanted to with a pencil. The choice is yours. But you can mix and match the words. You've got your hashtags. You've got your question mark. You've got your exclamation mark. You've got lowercase letters. You've got smaller, you know, lowercase words, smaller words. They all mix and match together. And if you go on the Pink Frog Inspirations Facebook page, you'll see some big sheets I've put on there, just sharing some of the combinations of words and titles that you can make up with these as well. So let's bring the one I already made in. So this is the one I've made, and because we've got the ribbon on, I'm going to put Selfie up the side. I'm hoping it will fit. So let's just bring this off here. Now, will my Selfie fit up the side? Yes, it will. Brilliant. The magnets don't go together. Don't go together. Please behave. So I know we've made our book, but that will be fine. So I'm putting it in my stamping platform. Then that means I can have a couple of goes at it if it doesn't work out first time. I'm just going in with some VersaFine Clair. Just the VersaFine Clair Black. I think we've still got that on the Pink Frog website as well. Okay, so you'll find that. So that's brilliant for stamping these words. It comes in lots of different colours as well, the VersaFine Clair. But you'll find it has a lovely fine, nice fine image. There you go, straight away. Look how clear that image is. And you've got that grading, so you could come in with your pencils and you could shade that down with your pencils if you wished. That's the nice thing about it. So, you know, you could bring in those, I'm looking for a white now and I've lost them. Bring in your word stamps. I've just popped that to one side for now. Use those because they're well worth using along with these little books like I have here. This one, Best Day. Now I'm trying to remember what set it came from. It's going to be the last one I pick. Actually, I think it's this one. Yes, it's this one. So this is off Time to Travel. So this is Best Day Ever. Now, yes, you're looking at that stamp and thinking, okay, how did you stamp it like that? All you're going to do is just take your time. So on your, say, let me bring in a piece of, let's bring in a piece of True White just to share with you how I would do this quickly. So I'll have a little technique. So yes, we've got the Lisa Horton Black Licorice. I have got that as well. Shall I use that? So let's use that. So this is how I would do it. Okay. So this means even though some of the words are longer, you can still do little elements. So in your stamping platform, let me find my Lisa Horton one. It's at the back here. There we go. So that's the one we've got on the Pink Frog website at the moment. So you're going to take your ink pad and you're just going to ink the first word. Okay. Now I've got some on my D, and this is where I'm trying to find my wet wipes. And I can't. Isn't it crazy? I can't find my wipes. Anyway, we'll use a cloth. We'll use a cloth. That'll do. Another thing you can do as well, here's another little top tip. If this happens, I don't know where my wet wipes are gone. your repositionable tape, if you think you've got some on your word, put a little piece of your tape over it. Then you'll know you won't get that ink where you don't want it. So we can go best. Okay. And then I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to cover the best now because I've got ink on there. So let's cover that before I put it down. So then you could have your day come in about there. I think I've already put that on. Let's move this across. Yeah, I've moved my tape. Anyway, but you'd put your tape over the top of that now, and then you'd ink your day. I'm going to bring myself another piece of tape on there because I let that move while I was putting that on, and then you're going to bring that down and you'll get day. So make sure when you put it down that the tape doesn't come off your word. So that is another way you can preserve. Can you see on there perhaps where that's inked on the back? That saves it and preserves it. So that's how I did that. So I think that's about me for today. Let me just share again what we have made. So don't forget to sign up for your instructions. So we've made a matchbook mini, okay, with all those pages ready. See, I put my words in on here as well. So that one I've given rounded ends to. This one I left more straight. Okay, the choice is yours. This is where you're going to have fun just decorating them as you wish. On this one, I did the whole flat back across the back there. But if you want to do the hinge bit coming over the top, you can. So you've got a choice. So that's your matchbook. We've got the little wallet style. Again, with your two little pockets in here. Okay, using those fabulous scrapbook papers and the word stamps in here as well. So the one I did this afternoon with you had the ribbon opening. See this, add a few words like this one and that will look totally different. So this one has got the ribbon tie. So I said, did I say about 24 inches of ribbon? You could probably get away with a bit less. So, but it depends how big you like your ribbon. See, that is quite a nice, it looks like a little present, doesn't it? Or you can go magnets. Love that sound of magnets. So you can go magnets as well. So just have fun with them. Just by using a couple of sheets of card. That is all it's taken to make them. So let me just flip the camera around. Look, you can see my craft desk now. It's a lot tidier than it was last week. Let me, hope the phone doesn't move. Let me move that out of the way. So see, the sun is still shining through the window. Good job I've got my board up. I come a bit closer, then I won't be in the way. Thank you all for watching this afternoon. I do hope you've enjoyed that. What's Wendy said there? She said she needs to cut a pattern. Yes, you can watch this back anytime. Kim will have it put up on Pink Frog's YouTube channel as well. So it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. So these are just going to be brilliant for you. If you make to sell for charity or for stalls or anything, these are going to be fabulous. I know you're going to love making them. They're great to do with the children as well. As yourself, have fun making them and decorating them. I do hope you enjoy making them. And yes, Kimberly is correct. Please, if you do make any, can you share to Pink Frog's Inspirations? Because we'd love to see your makes. We always love to see what you've been making. So don't forget, Pink Frog's Inspirations is your Facebook page where you can share all your makes that you've done with Pink Frog. Whether you used any of the products, the stamps, we just love to see what you've made. So I'm going to say goodbye. Claire, well, Right, quick news, newsflash. On the 23rd, which is Wednesday next week, between 11 and 12, if you catch Adam Humphries on his Facebook page or Adam Humphries on Hobby Maker Facebook page, Kimberly's going to share it over to Pink Frog as well. He's going to be doing a happy hour with Pink Frog products. So please tune into that. So that is going to be a craft o'clock with Adam Humphries for Pink Frog Crafts. And then on the Wednesday as well, new time, 1 till 2 p.m, you will catch Claire doing the regular Pink Frog Facebook Live. So don't forget, next Wednesday is 1 till 2, not 4 p.m. And then I will see you the following week. So I want to wish you all a very happy Easter. Have a lovely time. Have fun, eat chocolate and get crafting. See you soon.